So I'm going to give you a really quick walkthrough of Google Analytics and explain what it is. It basically, in a nutshell, it's just all the data related to the website. It can include the number of people that visited the website, the amount of revenue we received, and I want you to learn how to use this tool because it's going to guide the social media management strategy. So you should have gotten an invite, and that will bring you to a screen that says you need to create a Google account. Or if you already have a Google account, you can log in with that information. Then once you go to google.com/analytics, it will bring you to a site that will say, look at the blueoceanlife.com all website data. So when you do that, you're going to come to a page right here that has the revenue right here. So that's like revenue for like the last week or so. We're not seeing a lot of revenue just yet. And the area I want you to learn how to use is this acquisition area. And in the acquisition area, you can see all the data, and I encourage you to go through here and take a look. And this basically explains like where all of the traffic is coming to the website, and then like what how that traffic is performing. So I'm going to show you here called the all traffic. So you want to go to acquisition, all traffic, then source medium is the most common area that I use. And basically the source is something like a website. So when I scroll down here, it says source/medium. So here it says Google/organic, which means people coming from google.com, but they're coming from organic search listings, not paid ads. FBIG CPC, anything that has CPC in it means that it's a paid ad. So this is a look at all the traffic that's coming from Facebook and Instagram via a paid ad that we launched. Direct means people that just go to the blueoceanlife.com. And facebook.com and .com/referral means people coming from facebook.com. And then this is Instagram referral. So this is a look at people coming from Instagram. So to control the data, how much you're looking at, here's the date range selector in the upper right-hand corner. So let's say we want to look at the month of March, and we want to say, like, how are we doing compared to the 12 days in February. So I can hit the compare to button here, and then I can choose February 1st through February 12th. So then I can compare side by side how the month of March is doing compared to the month of February. So now if you scroll down, the little bar right here shows the number of users from February, and the blue shows the number of users. So look at on Friday, March 8th, we had 102 visitors or users, and on Friday, February 8th, we had 18. So basically, a user is like one unique person that comes to your website. And now we can look at the data side by side. So let's take a look at Instagram. So it looks like Instagram performance really improved month over month. Because if you look here, I want you to understand what these metrics mean. Metrics mean numbers. User, and you don't know what it is, you just mouse over here and it will tell you. A user, it's a person that initiated at least one session. So a session is like when you go to a website and you spend 2 minutes there or whatever time, that one visit is a session. A new user is a person that's never visited the website before. A session is basically a visit to the website. Now, these numbers are really important to look at. So bounce rate basically means, in a nutshell, like what percentage of the people come to the site and leave immediately. So a high bounce rate is a bad thing. So that's why this little arrow is red. It means the bounce rate went up, meaning that the people were spending less time on the site. Pages per session is another really good number to look at. And I would group all of these numbers, bounce rate, pages per session, average visit duration, underneath the umbrella called engagement. So when we look at traffic, we want to figure out whether the traffic is people are engaged. Pages per session is how many pages someone went to in each session. So if I came to the website and I visited 5 pages, my pages per session would be 5. So we want to see this number go up, but it actually went down. Average session duration is how long someone spends on average on the site. So between all of those different sessions and different users, it basically creates an average. So the higher average session duration, the better. So what I want to look at, though, is I want to filter by Instagram. So filtering means you only look at certain data. So I'm going to type up here Instagram. And this is going to pull only out the data that we have from Instagram. So the numbers look like they're improving, but these are the numbers we need you to keep an eye on. So it looks like our users were up 375%, which is great. It looks like our new users were up 350%. Our sessions were up 525%. Our bounce rate was a little bit higher, but our pages per session was way higher, 118%. So when you manage social media, what we want you to look at is across each social media channel, we want to see like how each one of these channels are doing compared to each other. So I want to show you some numbers about, so if you go to this area on the left here and I go down to social is going to basically break down by social network, like how each one of these platforms is doing. So here we can see that surprisingly, Facebook is driving the most sessions since the beginning of March. 101 sessions. So that basically means that we're getting a good amount of traffic from Facebook. So we really need to spend more time working on that. The next one is Instagram, and then followed by Pinterest. And then Instagram stories, you can see that we only drove 2 sessions from Instagram stories in the month of March. And then Twitter, we only drove 2 sessions. So Twitter is really not doing much. But it's really important that you start to learn how to look at this data, because this is what's going to guide your strategy. So we want to be like where we see like a lot of visits and we see a lot of engagement from the different social media platforms. That's where we want to spend our time. So if you drill down to this report, you can actually take a look at the engagement metrics, and you can even look at revenue based on social network. And the Facebook number is actually skewed because I did paid ads, so that's why the numbers are way up month over month. But if you look at Instagram, our time on site went way up from February to March. The average person only spent 48 seconds, and then in the month of March, the average person spent 7:05, which is fantastic. And then this pages per visit also went up, or pages per session. So there's been some good movement with Instagram. You can see here that Instagram stories drove a couple of clicks as well. But I'm not going to get too much into it now, but I would just recommend that you log into Google Analytics and then you go to the all traffic section and then go to source medium, just recapping what I discussed. And this is where you'll start to see the data coming into the website. And you should see some revenue data. So you can see, we drove 3 sales in the month of March, whereas in the month of February, we didn't drive any sales. That's just going to take some time. So I'm going to pause this for now, and then we can discuss later.